I want to start this video off with a full game spoiler warning. If you have not yet completed Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, I suggest that you come back to this video after you have done so. In this video, I will be covering the current strategy for the free category of Third Wheel. If you want more background on this guide series, I'll have a link in the description to the first video in the series where I talk more about the structure of this series. I'll also have other useful links for mechanics and other general information in the description, as well as a link to a pastebin with a written version of the build and strategy that I'll be covering in this video. With that out of the way, let's get into the build. So the party that we're going to be running for this TA is going to be Riki, Melia, Shulk. The build for Riki is giving me the Machina Biter 3 with Electric Plus, Attack Plus, and Attack Stability. For his other gems, we're going to be running 2 Ether Up gems, Initial Tension, and Quick Step. This is basically just to make sure that we do as much damage as possible with Riki, while using Initial Tension to boost his critical rate by just a little bit. Melia's build does not matter at all, she doesn't do anything other than just set up a Summon Bolt. For Shulk, we're going to be wanting to run the Monado 3 with double attack, attack stability, and attack plus, as well as 2 strength up gems, haste from the Glory Gauntlets, and a quick step gem. This is basically just to make sure that he can clean up wave 1 with an auto attack so that we can get a buff from a skill that we have linked on Riki. For the arts on Riki, you really just need Final Cross and his talent art, as well as the Activate Monado from Shulk so that you can use it freely. For Melia, the only art that she needs is Summon Bolt, and Shulk's arts don't matter at all, I just have Mag Storm on just because it's the art that I happen to leave on him. For the skills, we're basically, on Riki, we're going to be having him outfitted for Quick Step and maximizing Ether damage, Melia just for Quick Step, and Shulk for physical damage as well as Quick Step. I'll go ahead and go through the skills here. Melia's skills do not matter aside from the 2 Quick Step ones, and then Riki is running his critical hit rate up skill tree, and Shulk is also running the critical hit rate up skill tree. So I'll go ahead and finish scrolling through the skills here. And with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the video review section of this video. So in this section of the video, we're going to be reviewing one of my runs of this TA. Unlike usual, I'm not going to be reviewing my PB, as this run does a better job of showing off the strategy than my current PB does. However, I will still have my current PB linked in addition to this video in the description, and as we go through this, I'll kind of talk about some of the differences between this run and my PB. So at the start of wave 1, we're essentially going to want to run in this general direction over here, and we're going to essentially want to target onto one of the enemies and use Final Cross. Hopefully a single enemy will survive with a small amount of HP, which then Shulk will be able to clean up with an auto attack, which will give Riki a Ether Up buff from Decisive Follow-Up. That combined with the Ether Up buff from Melia using Summon Bolt will make it pretty consistent for us to be able to clean up the other 2 waves. So as you can see, use Final Cross, I go ahead and keep walking that direction, Shulk kills it, and I get an Ether Up buff, which is from the Decisive Follow-Up skill link that we have from Charla. After this, you just want to target onto the other groups of enemies here. I try to target onto the Mechon usually during this, but I'm pretty sure that even without the hit with First Attack Plus, you can still kill all these enemies in a single hit. Yeah, here I targeted a Ponyo on accident, but it all worked out fine, and you're able to kill them with a Final Cross. Then if you're far enough back from them, you can actually take on Wave 3 without having to move at all. So you just want to target onto the Antle and use another Final Cross, and that will clean up wave 3. So as I mentioned, the difference between this and my personal best for this is that you can actually kill all 3 waves without getting the Ether Up buff from Decisive Follow-Up when Shulk kills the enemy. And that essentially you would just kill wave 1 with a single Final Cross, move into the same position I moved into, target the Mechon for wave 2, kill that in a single Final Cross, target this Antle, kill that with a single Final Cross. The reason why I chose to show this video, though, is that this showcases the use of Decisive Follow-Up and what you want to have happen in a more average run. Overall, there's not much difference in time between if you get the assistance from Shulk or if you just kill all 3 waves in a single art. But I wanted to make special mention of that since that is something that can happen, and that if you kill a wave in a single art and Shulk doesn't get to finish it off, the one is not dead, it's just that you have a much lower chance of actually killing each enemy on each wave. So out of the way, I'm just going to go ahead and let this video play out as I start the outro. And I do hope that if you wanted to learn this TA that you found this video helpful. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments and I will do my best to answer them. With all that out of the way though, I will see you in the next one. See ya.